When you think of a tree, you think of a beautiful hill, beautiful lush green fields, and majestic forests that always fill you with wonder. However, apart from the typical carbon dioxide, some trees have a different diet. Stay with us and find out about some trees that devour things. Number 10. Whole bike consumed by a tree. Located nearby the Vashon Highway in Vashon, Washington, this unnatural-looking contraption is quite a sight to see. An entire tree that has swallowed a bike whole, leaving only the edges of the bike along with the wheels to peek out. It is located around 7 feet or 2 meters off the ground. The bike itself passes right through the trunk of the entire tree. Many Vashon locals have their own theories about the story of how this poor little bike got stuck in such an awkward position. One of the most popular and interesting theories is that a very young soldier tied his bike onto the tree, heading to do battle in World War I. However, since he never returned, the bike just remained near the tree and eventually got consumed by it. Other theories remain that someone just simply forgot their bike on top of a sapling that eventually grew into a big tree, picking up and eating the bike along the way. There's even a story about the tree that can be found in the children's book Red Ranger Came Calling from author Berkeley Breathed, who managed to envelop a theory about the bike tree into an elaborate Christmas story. Guys, can you imagine that? This is one of the weirdest things ever. Number 9. Various World War II gear swallowed by multiple trees. World War II is one of the most devastating and tragic events that has ever occurred on the planet Earth. As a consequence of the war, there have been various findings of leftover, unused, or lost World War II gear to this day. Walking through the forests in Russia, located in Nevsky Piatachok or Neva Bridgehead, you may run into a much more serious time in our history. And now, we're going to tell you what's the story behind it. Located in the forests of Neva Bridgehead, tourists could find a number of World War II helmets, potentially live grenades, stray bullets, and even an entire Mannlicher Carcano rifle, along with a Maxim machine gun. All of these relics are embellished directly into the trees, being devoured by nature and giving a contrast to the pity of war and beauty of life. This looks so unbelievable and unrealistic, right? Number 8. Almost an entire helpless bench devoured by a tree. A bench located in a mysterious and undisclosed location. What makes this bench so unique and one of a kind is the fact that it managed to somehow get enveloped around 2 nearby trees. One tree devours the left side of the bench, while the other devours the right. What's so hilarious about this abomination is the fact that people can still fit comfortably on the bench and enjoy the view. There's almost no common, plausible way for such a phenomenon such as this one to occur. One possible explanation is that the legs of the bench got somehow wrapped around both of the tree saplings and managed to cause some sort of weird bench-tree fusion. Quite an odd thing to see, right? We can say it's almost impossible to be true, but yes, guys, this is one of the weirdest occurrences ever. Number 7. The Trypophobic penny tree monstrosity. One of the most insane and bizarre views on our list. The penny wishing trees located inside the United Kingdom are for sure one of the most strange and peculiar things to see while you're on a hiking trip. Many people know of wishing fountains and their supposed magical ability to grant anyone who throws in a coin any wish they can think of. Well, many tourists and even locals around these trees ended up shoving in coin after coin inside of the tree gaps, resulting in a weird, dragon-like tree that supposedly grants wishes. Multiple instances of these can be found around the UK and are a potential risk for the trees, as many of the trees end up getting poisoned and dying due to the metal found within the coins. In our opinion, the authorities should find a way to solve this problem before it's too late. Number 6. A bright red postbox eaten by a tree. One of the United Kingdom's most iconic street objects are red postboxes. They're scattered practically everywhere around the streets while walking through the UK. This particular postbox was sadly consumed by a large, wide tree that somehow started growing around it. However, since this particular tree was planted around 1910 and the postbox was a recent addition, it eventually developed overgrowth and managed to fully succumb the poor postbox, fully enveloping it within its grasp. Other similar sights can be found while walking around the streets of the United Kingdom, and it's quite a fun thing to look out for, we've got to admit. Such an unusual sight. Number 5. The wooden Stormtrooper victim. Many children of the 1980s remember collecting the popular Star Wars action figures and playing with them for days on end. However, Few can imagine something as bizarre as this next entry happening to them. Mark Herndon and his brother were only kids playing with their Star Wars figures in the forest in 1980, and as they returned home, Mark noticed that one of his Stormtrooper figures was gone. As much as he and his brother looked for it, they couldn't manage to find the ill-fated Stormtrooper. However, as he was visiting his parents in 2004, 2 decades later, Mark noticed that his little Stormtrooper buddy was still alive and well, although cemented directly into a tree. As much as he tried, he could not manage to get this blast from the past outside of the tree, and the poor Stormtrooper started changing color and eventually became a part of the little tree trunk. What a story! Number 4. Giuseppe's Wooden Hand Project. Now you're gonna be amazed about this one! Imagine taking a stroll around the woods, enjoying the bright colors and beautiful atmosphere, when all of a sudden, you're greeted by an amputated bronze-armed forearm with the hand tightly onto one of the trees. Surely you'd be terrified, and that's for sure. Well, in 1968, the well-known Italian sculptor and artist Giuseppe Pinone managed to create a bronze arm cast of his own hand and forearm and attach it firmly onto the tree. As the tree grew, it ended up having a squeezed part just around the fingers, appearing as if the hand has been gripping this tree for a long time. Mr. Pinone stated that his weird art installation is a testament to modern man's relationship with Mother Nature, as if mankind itself is metaphorically, and in this case, quite literally, gripping onto the foundations of the thing and presence that keeps us alive. This is truly amazing. Number 3. The Wooden Bike Wheel. Phototropism is the pattern of growth found in plants such as trees, in which the path and direction they grow into depends highly on the direction where the source of the sunlight comes from. Most trees grow in a similar way, with similar angles and appearance. However, this curved tree results from the wheel of the bike being tied next to it back when it was still a small sapling. Thus, the phototropic pattern of the tree was warped as a disfigured, one-of-a-kind curved tree that managed to somehow grow around the wheel and embrace it permanently. Just look at it, it's breathtaking. Number 2. Baseball Tree. It's quite a testament to raw human strength when you manage to find a thrown baseball that was literally implanted inside of a tree. That's more than obvious. This particular tree was subjected to pure baseball vigor when a player on the field managed to throw it so far that it flew away and got etched inside of the tree. The baseball was most likely planted into the tree while it was still small. However, the fact that it got so deep inside means that the ball was thrown with such strength that the tree managed to grow around the baseball. This is one of the weirdest occurrences in the video. Number 1. The Wooden Automobile. We all know that trees need sunlight and carbon dioxide to sustain themselves and survive. They're one of the key providers of life on Earth, of course. However, one of the most uncommon parts of a tree's diet seems to also be vintage Audi muscle cars. Regardless of how this managed to happen, it's quite a bizarre thing to look at. This old Audi muscle car somehow managed to get entrapped in such a way that it became the victim of 4 hungry local trees that were near it. The trees managed to engulf almost the entire vehicle, leaving it stuck in place for who knows how many decades. Theories surrounding this absurd phenomenon are either that it's the unfortunate consequence and result of a car accident, or that someone simply forgot their car around the trees while they were still saplings in growth. Whatever the case is, this odd sight seems like one of Mother Nature's unique postmodern art projects, and is really a display of how strange nature can sometimes be. On a related note, we wanted to know which part was the best in our video, in your opinion. You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.